Taurus, before we dive into this reading, I need to say something really important. This message might not resonate with every single Taurus watching right now, and that's completely okay. Spirit works in mysterious ways, and if this particular energy doesn't feel like your story, then this might be meant for you at a different time, or it might be confirmation for someone else who needs to hear it. But if you feel that little tingle, that recognition, that pull in your chest as I speak, then stay with me, because this message is for you. Now, I need you to listen to this right now, because what Spirit just showed me about someone in your energy is absolutely insane. This person who walked away from you, this person who believed every single lie that was whispered about you behind your back, they are literally cursing themselves with their own decisions, and I need you to understand the karma that is unfolding here, because it is biblical. And here's what nobody is telling you. Everyone thinks you're sitting here heartbroken over someone who left. But actually, you are about to witness the most powerful divine justice you have ever seen in your entire life. Because while you've been healing, while you've been growing, while you've been becoming the person you were always meant to be, this person has been drowning in regret so deep they can barely sleep at night. The first card that literally flew out of this deck for you, Taurus, and I'm not even kidding when I say it jumped onto the table, is the Tower reversed. Now listen, when I pulled this card, I actually gasped, because the Tower reversed in this position is not about your destruction, it's about their internal collapse. This is someone whose entire reality is crumbling from the inside out. Every foundation they built their decision on, every lie they chose to believe about you, every false narrative they accepted as truth, it is all falling apart, and they are the only ones trapped in the rubble. Let me paint you a picture of what Spirit is showing me right now. This person is lying awake at 3 in the morning, scrolling through old messages, old photos, replaying conversations in their head, and suddenly they're seeing everything differently. That thing someone told them about you that made them walk away, they're now realizing it was exaggerated, twisted, or maybe even completely fabricated. That version of you that was presented to them by people who were jealous of what you two had, they're finally seeing it was a character assassination designed to separate you from someone who actually cared about you. The Tower reversed here is showing me their mental breakdown in slow motion. It's not a sudden realization, Taurus, it's a torturous unfolding where every single day they wake up and another piece of the puzzle clicks into place and they realize they were manipulated, they were used, they were turned into a weapon against you by people who never had your best interest or their best interest at heart. And the worst part, they are watching you thrive without them. They are seeing you glow up, level up, and show up as your most authentic self, and it is killing them because they're finally understanding what they lost. Spirit is being so clear here. This person is experiencing what I call the reverse tower effect. Instead of their external world falling apart, it's their internal world, their psyche, their peace of mind that is completely destroyed. Every time they try to justify why they left, their own mind fights back with evidence of who you really are. Every time they try to convince themselves they made the right choice, the universe sends them a reminder of your character, your integrity, your truth. And here's the thing about the Tower reversed energy. There is no rebuilding until you face what you destroyed, and they are being forced to face it every single day. Now, Taurus, I want you to really hear this next part because it's important. This isn't about revenge. This isn't about you needing them to suffer. This is about divine justice. This is about the universe having your back in ways you didn't even know you needed. Because while you were crying, while you were confused, while you were asking yourself what you did wrong, Spirit was already orchestrating their awakening. And it is not gentle. It is not kind. It is the kind of wake-up call that changes someone forever. What's wild is that the Tower reversed is also showing me that this person cannot even talk about what they're going through. They are trapped in their own prison of realization, because to admit they were wrong means admitting they were fooled. To admit they miss you means admitting they threw away something real for something fake. To reach out to you now means confessing they let other people control their perception of you, and that is an ego death most people are not ready to face. So they sit in silence, they marinate in regret, and they watch you from a distance knowing they no longer have access to your energy, your love, your presence. And I'm seeing something else here, Taurus. This person is also dealing with the consequences in their external reality now. The people who fed them lies, those relationships are showing their true colors. The situation they thought would be better without you, it's falling apart. The life they thought they'd build after walking away from you, it's not manifesting the way they envisioned. Because when you make decisions based on lies, the foundation is always faulty. When you judge someone's character based on gossip instead of your own experience, you always end up on the wrong side of truth. Spirit wants me to tell you that your only job right now is to keep going. Keep healing, keep growing, keep becoming. Because your glow up is not just for you, it is a testimony. It is proof that lies don't win. It's proof that people who bet against you will always lose. It's proof that your character speaks louder than any narrative someone tries to create about you. Let's move into the next card because the energy here is building, and I can feel Spirit has so much more to reveal about this situation. The second card coming through for you, Taurus, is the Eight of Swords reversed, and this makes so much sense with everything we just talked about. The Eight of Swords reversed is the card of mental liberation, but here's the twist. It's showing me that you are the one breaking free, while they are the ones who just walked into the mental prison. Let me explain this because it's profound. When this person believed the lies about you, when they chose to walk away based on distorted information, they thought they were freeing themselves from something toxic, something negative, something that wasn't serving them. But Taurus, they actually walked straight into a cage of their own making, a cage built by their own poor judgment, their own willingness to believe the worst about someone who showed them nothing but authenticity. What Spirit is showing me here is absolutely beautiful in a karmic way. The Eight of Swords reversed for you means you are removing the blindfold. You are cutting the ropes. You are realizing that their exit from your life was not a loss. It was a liberation. Because anyone who can be convinced to walk away from you that easily, anyone who trusts gossip more than they trust their own experience with you, anyone who lets other people dictate who you are to them, they were never your person to begin with. And here's where it gets really interesting, Taurus. The Eight of Swords reversed is also showing me that you're starting to see the bigger picture now. You're starting to understand that this situation was not about you being not good enough. It was about them not being strong enough. Not strong enough to think for themselves. Not strong enough to stand by you when people started talking. Not strong enough to defend your character when it was being attacked. Not strong enough to trust what they knew about you over what they were told about you. This card is screaming mental clarity for you, Taurus. It's like every day that passes, you're seeing the situation more and more clearly. The fog is lifting, the confusion is dissolving, and you're recognizing that you dodged a bullet. Because if they could be turned against you this easily, now, imagine what would have happened later. Imagine the foundation you would have tried to build with someone who has no discernment, no loyalty, no ability to see through manipulation. You would have been constantly defending yourself, constantly proving yourself, constantly trying to combat narratives that other people were creating about you. That is exhausting. That is not love. That is a psychological warfare you were never meant to fight. The Eight of Swords reversed is also revealing something else about this person's current state. Remember how I said the Tower reversed showed their internal collapse? Well, the Eight of Swords in its upright position is exactly where they are right now. They are trapped in the mental prison of their own regret. They are blindfolded by their pride, unable to see a way out. They are bound by the ropes of their own poor choices, unable to move forward or backward. Every thought they have about you is a sword surrounding them, cutting them, reminding them of what they lost, what they gave up, what they destroyed with their own hands. And here's what's keeping them trapped, Taurus. It's not just the regret, it's the shame. It's the embarrassment of knowing they were so easily manipulated. It's the humiliation of realizing they threw away something real for absolutely nothing. It's the horror of understanding that everyone who fed them lies about you was actually threatened by what you two had together. They were used as a puppet in someone else's agenda, and that realization is devastating to the ego. Spirit is showing me this person literally cannot think straight anymore. Every decision they try to make now is clouded by this massive mistake. Every new person they try to connect with is measured against you, and nobody measures up because nobody is you. Every quiet moment alone is filled with the intrusive thoughts of, what if I was wrong? What if I ruined the best thing that ever happened to me? What if I can never get that back? And these thoughts are not occasional, Taurus. They are constant. They are relentless. They are the soundtrack to their every waking moment. But here's the beauty of the Eight of Swords reversed for you. You are not waiting for them to figure it out. You are not sitting by the phone hoping they'll apologize. You are not putting your life on hold for someone who clearly could not see your value. You are moving, you are growing, you are evolving. And with every step forward you take, you are proving to yourself and to the universe that you are not defined by someone else's inability to recognize your worth. This card is also highlighting something crucial about your future, Taurus. The mental freedom you're gaining from this situation is preparing you for something bigger. It's preparing you for connections where you don't have to defend your character. It's preparing you for relationships where trust is the foundation, not suspicion. It's preparing you for people who have enough self-awareness and discernment that they can't be swayed by outside voices. You are being upgraded, and this person's exit was the catalyst for that upgrade. Now let me pull the next card because I can feel there's a specific message about what's coming for you, what's on the other side of this liberation. And wow, Taurus, the third card here is the Star. And I literally have chills running down my entire body right now because this is confirmation that everything you went through was preparing you for the most beautiful chapter of your life. The Star card is the card of hope, renewal, and divine blessings after a period of hardship. This is the light at the end of the tunnel, but it's not just any light, Taurus. It's your light. It's your authentic self shining so brightly that you become a beacon for the right people, the right opportunities, the right experiences. After the Tower and the Eight of Swords, after the destruction and the mental imprisonment that this other person is experiencing, you get the Star, you get the healing, you get the clarity, you get the blessings. Here's what Spirit wants you to understand about the Star energy coming into your life right now. This is not about becoming someone new. This is about returning to who you always were before other people's opinions, judgments, and lies tried to dim your light. The Star is you standing in your nakedness, your vulnerability, your truth, and being completely okay with it. It's you pouring out your authentic energy into the world without fear, without hesitation, without the need for anyone's approval or validation. And Taurus, this is why that person letting you go is actually cursing themselves, because they had access to your Star energy. They had access to your light, your hope, your healing presence, and they threw it away because someone convinced them your light was too bright, or not bright enough, or shining in the wrong direction. They allowed other people to put sunglasses over their eyes so they couldn't see your radiance clearly. And now those sunglasses are off, but you're no longer in front of them to illuminate their path. They are stumbling in darkness while you are glowing in your truth. The Star is showing me that you are entering a phase of your life where you are going to attract on a completely different level. Because when you shine authentically, you don't attract everyone, you attract your tribe. You attract people who are not intimidated by your light, but inspired by it. You attract people who don't need others to tell them who you are because they can feel who you are. You attract situations that don't require you to shrink, to explain, to defend, but only to show up as yourself. I'm also seeing with the Star card that you are becoming a source of hope for others who went through similar situations. Your story, your healing, your comeback is going to inspire people. There are others who were lied about, who were misunderstood, who were abandoned based on false narratives, and they are going to look at you and think, if they can rise from that, so can I. Your transformation is not just personal, Taurus. It's going to have a ripple effect. You are going to help people just by being visible in your healing, just by showing up in your truth, just by existing in your authentic power. The Star is also giving me very specific energy about wish fulfillment. There is something you wished for, something you prayed for, something you asked the universe for during your darkest moments, and it is coming. It might not look exactly how you envisioned it because the universe always delivers better than we can imagine, but it's coming. And the beautiful irony is that the person who walked away will somehow become aware of this blessing in your life. And it will be another layer of their self-imposed curse because they'll realize they could have been part of that blessing, but they disqualified themselves. Here's another layer of the star that is so powerful for you right now, Taurus. This card is ruled by Aquarius energy, which is the energy of authenticity, innovation, and being unapologetically different. What this is telling me is that your healing journey is going to look different from what people expect. You're not going to heal by becoming bitter. You're not going to heal by seeking revenge. You're not going to heal by trying to prove anything to anyone. You're going to heal by simply being, by creating, by sharing your gifts with the world, by focusing on your own expansion. And that is going to be the most confusing thing to the people who hurt you because they expect you to be broken, and instead you're thriving. The star is also connected to the element of AIR and water, which means your healing involves both mental clarity and emotional release. You're not suppressing your feelings, Taurus. You're processing them. You're feeling them. You're letting them move through you like water, cleansing you, purifying you, washing away everything that was never meant to be yours to carry. And at the same time, you're gaining mental clarity about who people really are, about what situations were really about what you really deserve. This combination of emotional intelligence and mental discernment is making you unstoppable. Let me pull another card because I feel like Spirit has something very specific to say about the timeline of what's happening and what's about to happen. And oh, Taurus, the fourth card is the Six of Cups reversed. And this is exactly what I needed to see to give you the complete picture of what's going on energetically. The Six of Cups reversed is telling me that this person is drowning in nostalgia right now. They are living in the past, replaying every memory with you, romanticizing what you had together, and torturing themselves with what could have been. But here's the key difference, Taurus. While they are stuck in yesterday, you are building tomorrow. While they are looking backward with regret, you are looking forward with hope. While they are trapped in memories, you are creating new experiences. The Six of Cups reversed shows someone who cannot move forward because they are haunted by the past. Every song reminds them of you. Every place they go has a memory of you. Every experience they have is measured against experiences they had with you. They are psychologically stuck. And it's not even about you specifically, Taurus. It's about what you represented. You represented stability in their chaos. You represented authenticity in a world of facades. You represented real love in a sea of superficial connections. And they gave that up because someone convinced them the grass was greener somewhere else, and now they're realizing they're standing in a desert. Here's what's absolutely fascinating about the Six of Cups reversed in this position. This card is also showing me that this person is reaching out to old connections, maybe even mutual friends or people who know both of you, trying to get information about you. They want to know how you're doing. They want to know if you're thinking about them. They want to know if there's any chance of reconciliation, but they're too proud, too ashamed, too scared to come directly to you. So they're doing this weird energy of hovering around your world without actually stepping into it, hoping somehow you'll just know they're sorry and take them back without them having to do the vulnerable work of actually apologizing. The Six of Cups reversed is also revealing that this person has tried to recreate what they had with you with other people, and it's failing miserably. Because you cannot recreate an authentic connection, Taurus. You cannot manufacture chemistry. You cannot fake the kind of comfort and understanding that real intimacy provides. They are out here trying to find a replacement for you, and every person they meet is just highlighting what's missing. Every conversation feels shallow compared to conversations they had with you. Every connection feels temporary compared to what felt eternal with you. They are experiencing the curse of comparison, and you are the standard that nobody else can meet. But here's where Spirit wants to shift your focus, Taurus, because this is not about them anymore. The Six of Cups reversed for you is about releasing nostalgia. It's about not letting memories of what was hold you back from what could be. Yes, maybe you had beautiful moments with this person. Yes, maybe there were times when it felt like you found your soulmate, but that doesn't mean you're supposed to carry that relationship into your future. Sometimes people come into our lives to teach us what real connection feels like, so we know what to look for next, not to be the next. The Six of Cups reversed is giving you permission to let go of the idealized version of what that relationship was. Because here's the truth, if it was truly meant to be, external voices could not have destroyed it. If it was built on a solid foundation, lies would not have been able to crack it. If this person truly knew you, really saw you, deeply understood you, there is no narrative someone else could create that would make them walk away. The fact that they did walk away tells you everything you need to know about the strength of that connection, or rather, the lack thereof. This card is also showing me that you might have moments where you miss what you had, where you wonder if you made the right choice in letting them go or accepting their departure. And Spirit is saying those moments are normal. They're part of the human experience, but don't let them make you forget why it ended. Don't let nostalgia rewrite history. Don't let your heart romanticize someone who your mind knows was not strong enough to stand by you. Nostalgia is a liar, Taurus. It only shows you the highlight reel. It conveniently forgets the pain, the confusion, the betrayal, the moment they chose someone else's words over your actions. The Six of Cups reversed is ultimately about maturing out of old patterns. It's about recognizing that just because something felt good at one point doesn't mean it's good for you now. It's about understanding that growth sometimes means outgrowing people, places, and versions of yourself that no longer align with where you're headed. And you're growing, Taurus. You're evolving. You're becoming someone who requires more than what that connection was offering. You're becoming someone who deserves better than someone who can be easily swayed. Now I'm being guided to pull another card because there's something Spirit wants to reveal about what's next for you, about who's coming into your energy now that you've cleared out someone who wasn't meant to stay. And Taurus, the fifth card is the Queen of Wands, and I need you to understand that this is not about another person necessarily. This is about you stepping into your queendom. The Queen of Wands is confident, magnetic, charismatic, and self-assured. This is you after the dust settles. This is you after the healing journey. This is you realizing that you don't need anyone to validate your worth because you know your worth. The Queen of Wands doesn't chase, she attracts. She doesn't beg for a seat at the table, she builds her own table. She doesn't dim her light to make others comfortable. She shines brighter and lets the right people be drawn to her warmth. Here's what's powerful about the Queen of Wands showing up right now, Taurus. This card is fire energy, and as a Taurus, you're earth energy, which means Spirit is telling you that you're integrating a part of yourself you may have suppressed. Maybe you played it too safe with that person. Maybe you held back your full personality because you were worried about being too much. Maybe you dimmed your passion, your excitement, your fire, because someone made you feel like you needed to be more controlled, more contained, more manageable. Well, that chapter is over. The Queen of Wands is you reclaiming your passion. It's you stepping back into your power. It's you remembering that you are not meant to be a supporting character in someone else's story. You are the main character in your own life. This energy is magnetic, Taurus. When you step into your Queen of Wands energy, you don't have to chase opportunities, they chase you. You don't have to convince people of your value. They see it immediately. You don't have to defend your character. Your presence speaks for itself. I'm also getting that the Queen of Wands is showing up to tell you that your creativity is about to explode. There's something you've been wanting to create, launch, build, or express, and this is your green light from the universe. This is Spirit saying, go for it. Don't wait for permission. Don't wait for the perfect moment. Don't wait until you feel completely healed. Start now. Create now. Express now. Because your creative expression is actually part of your healing process. It's how you're going to transmute all that pain into power. It's how you're going to turn your testimony into a masterpiece. The Queen of Wands is also bringing in new people, Taurus. I'm seeing people who match your energy, who celebrate your success, who are not intimidated by your growth but inspired by it. These are people who have done their own inner work, who have their own healing journey, who understand loyalty and authenticity because they've been tested themselves. These are your people. Your tribe is forming right now. And the beautiful part is you don't have to force it. You don't have to chase it. You just have to be yourself and they will find you. Here's something crucial the Queen of Wands wants you to know. You are entering a phase where you will have options. Multiple people might be interested in you. Multiple opportunities might present themselves. Multiple paths might open up. And your job is not to grab the first thing that shows you attention. Your job is to be discerning, to choose what aligns with your highest good, to select what honors your worth, to say yes to what excites your soul and no to what feels like settling. The Queen of Wands doesn't accept scraps. She demands the full feast, and that's the energy you need to carry moving forward. The Queen of Wands is also a card of leadership, which tells me you might be stepping into a role where people look up to you. Maybe it's in your career. Maybe it's in your community. Maybe it's just in your circle of friends. But people are going to start seeing you as someone who has it together, someone who overcame adversity, someone who turned pain into purpose. And that leadership role is going to be natural for you because you're not going to be telling people what to do. You're going to be showing them through your example. You're going to be living proof that you can lose someone and still win, that you can be lied about and still rise, that you can be counted out and still count yourself in. Let me pull one more card because I feel like there's a final message Spirit wants to give you about how this all resolves, about what the ultimate outcome is for both you and this person who walked away. And Taurus, the sixth card is justice. And I literally just got full body chills because this is the ultimate confirmation that divine justice is real and it is active in this situation. Justice is card number 11 in the major arcana, and it represents karma, truth, balance, and consequences. This card is telling you that every lie that was told about you is being exposed. Every person who participated in tarnishing your reputation is being revealed. Every manipulation that was used to turn someone against you is coming to light. The universe keeps receipts, Taurus, and payment is coming due. Here's what justice looks like in this specific situation. The people who lied about you are starting to contradict themselves. Their stories are not adding up anymore. Other people are starting to notice inconsistencies. Someone who stayed silent before might be ready to speak up now and tell the truth about what really happened, about who really said what, about who really did what. The house of cards that was built on lies is collapsing, and this person who believed those lies is watching it happen in real time. Justice also represents legal and binding agreements, which doesn't necessarily mean court, but it does mean that karma is creating binding consequences. The person who walked away from you is now bound to the consequences of that decision. They cannot just walk back into your life whenever they feel like it. They cannot just apologize and expect everything to go back to normal. They created a karmic debt when they chose lies over truth, and that debt must be paid. The payment might be in the form of loneliness. It might be in the form of regret. It might be in the form of watching you thrive with someone else, but the payment will be made. Justice is also showing me that you are being compensated for what you lost. Not necessarily by that person, but by the universe. Every tear you cried is being turned into a blessing. Every sleepless night is being transformed into a breakthrough. Every moment you felt alone is being replaced with authentic connection. The universe is balancing the scales, Taurus. You gave love, loyalty, and authenticity, and you're going to receive love, loyalty, and authenticity in return. It might not be from who you expected, but it's coming. The Justice card is also about truth prevailing. Your truth, your character, your integrity is going to be vindicated. People who doubted you will see they were wrong. People who judged you will realize they didn't have the full story. People who chose to believe the worst about you will be confronted with evidence of your goodness. And you won't even have to defend yourself, Taurus. The truth will defend itself. Your actions, your consistency, your character will speak louder than any lie ever could. Here's what's beautiful about justice in this position. This card is telling you that you don't need to seek revenge. You don't need to plot against the people who hurt you. You don't need to expose anyone or clear your name publicly. Karma is handling it. The universe is handling it. Divine justice is handling it. Your only job is to keep living, keep growing, keep shining. Your success, your happiness, your peace is the best revenge you could ever have, because it proves that lies have no power over truth, that darkness cannot extinguish light, that people who bet against you will always lose. Justice is also giving me a message about closure. You might not get the apology you deserve from this person. You might not get the explanation you want. You might not get the conversation that brings everything full circle. But you're going to get something better than closure from them. You're going to get closure from yourself. You're going to reach a point where you no longer need their validation, their remorse, their acknowledgement. You're going to be so complete within yourself that their chapter in your life will simply be a lesson, not a wound. The sword in the Justice card represents cutting through illusion. All the false narratives, all the distorted perceptions, all the lies that were told about you, they're being cut away. The scales represent balance being restored. Everything that was taken from you energetically, emotionally, spiritually, it's being returned with interest. The crown represents your sovereignty. You are the ruler of your own life, the authority of your own story, the queen of your own kingdom, and nobody can take that from you ever again. Taurus, I need you to understand something crucial as we close out this reading. This person cursing themselves is not your concern. Their regret is not your responsibility. Their awakening is not your burden to carry. You are free. You are clear. You are moving forward into a chapter of your life that is so beautiful, so abundant, so aligned, that this situation will eventually feel like it happened to a different version of you in a different lifetime. The person who believed lies about you is going to have to live with that choice. They're going to have to sit with the knowledge that they had something real and they destroyed it based on fiction. They're going to watch you win from the sidelines, and every victory you have will be a reminder of what they lost. That is their curse. That is their karma. That is their lesson. Your lesson is different, Taurus. Your lesson is that you are unbreakable, that your worth is not determined by who can see it, that your value is not diminished by who walks away from it, that your light does not dim just because someone chooses to close their eyes. You are learning that you are enough, exactly as you are, without explanation, without defense, without anyone's approval. The universe removed someone from your life who was not equipped to value you properly. That person believed lies because they were looking for a reason to leave, a justification to walk away, an excuse to choose comfort over courage. And the universe said, okay, if that's what you want, but understand you're giving up something you'll never find again. And now they understand. Now they see, now they know. But it's too late because you're gone, you're healed, you're whole, and you're walking into a future they will never be part of. So Taurus, hold your head high, walk with confidence, shine with authenticity, because you are not the villain in someone else's false narrative. You are the hero in your own true story. And your story is just getting to the good part, the comeback, the glow up, the victory lap. And everyone who doubted you, everyone who lied about you, everyone who walked away from you, they're all going to be witnesses to your greatness, whether they like it or not. This is your season, Taurus. This is your time. This is your moment. And nothing and nobody can stop what the universe has already set in motion for you. So let them curse themselves. Let them drown in regret. Let them live with the consequences of their choices, because you have better things to do. You have a destiny to fulfill. You have a legacy to build. And you're not looking back ever again. I'm sending you so much love and so much light, Taurus. You are seen, you are valued, you are supported, and you are about to experience a level of abundance and joy that will make everything you went through make perfect sense. Trust the process, trust the journey, trust yourself, because you are more powerful than you even realize, and your story is inspiring more people than you know. Keep shining, beautiful soul. The best is yet to come.